start off with a question for the audience, though. Have you ever been told something that sounds like a compliment, but it's really not? My ex described me as looking like Chris Pratt when he was fat. Gotta say, that is not a polite way of telling someone they're fat and cute, alright? Like, I do recognize I dress like Chris Pratt when he was on the show Parks and Recs, but by the end of the year, I want to look like Chris Pratt when he's on a Marvel movie. Financially, I do not care about my body whatsoever. Like, I let TikTok decide what to do for dinner the other night. It gave me a recipe for Popeye's pizza. Yeah, you heard that right, Popeye's pizza. I'm like, I didn't know this exists. Like, what are you trying to tell me, internet? And I figured it out. The message is, stay fat, cute boy. And I'm like, I don't like this. Like, I thought I was supposed to be improving myself in 2024, not staying the same, you know? Like, I've been told I have a friendly face. When you have a friendly face, people just assume things about you. Like, for example, if I wore a red t-shirt and khakis, people just assume I work at Target, you know, like, I tried it out. I got mixed results. Like, at one store, I'm employee of the month. At another store, pending assault charges. It's not my fault. There was a 10-year-old with the last PlayStation 5. I had to make a decision. So anyways, I got this BOGO deal where I got the PS5 and the restraining order all at the same time. Like, anyways, that's the last time I used Groupon for anything, so. All right, one Groupon user in the back. Cool. Cool. I'm not from the DC area originally. In fact, I'm so friendly, people think I'm Canadian. Like, have you ever been so nice to someone? Their first thought about you is that you ride a moose to work? Just me? All right, cool. Like, but I'm not from Canada. I'm from Syracuse, New York. Anybody heard of this here? Okay, all right, a few moose. That's the right amount of noise for Syracuse, by the way, so good job. Like, I've been pointing out on the map for people where Syracuse is, and I get the same reaction every time. They're like, oh, I thought that was Canada. Wrong, it's Diet Canada. There are some differences, all right? Like, in Diet Canada, we have no health insurance, only 3 Tim Hortons, and the Canadian geese are much more pissed off at us, like, because they thought it was Canada too. I'm like, I had to help them out, you know? Syracuse is known for college basketball, but we're also known as the snow capital of the United States because we get an average of 123 inches of snow per year. That's a lot. So when I first moved down to DC, people were freaking out over a few inches of snow. But then I had a realization. I finally had something in common with women. We're both disappointed by 2 inches. It's a bit of a slow burn. It's all right. Like, look, if your man ain't laughing, he's just very self-conscious all of a sudden, you know, like. He just say, they're cold in here, you know, like. I love the shoulder tap immediately, like. Subtle call. It's cool, though. It's cool. Like, I'll turn on the news and the weather guy's like, we're expecting a big snowstorm tonight. And I'm like, all right, weather guy, tell me, how big is it? And this man says 3 inches, and I'm like, God damn it. I need some of that BTC in my life. You know, big blizzard comes, that's what I need. Like, no, just me? All right, cool. I'm going to keep this going. Speaking of Canadians, anybody been paying attention to Drake versus Kendrick? That's what's going on right now? Like, I know we did a survey. Yeah? All right. Some people on Team Drake, some people on Team Kendrick. Look, the only thing that I noticed throughout this whole rap beef is that the way that they're going at each other is the way that me and my ex used to argue. Like, I've seen the parallels. Like, there was this one time, I went up to my ex and I'm like, hey, babe, you did not eat my leftovers. That would be great. And she just stares me down and she's like, I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I guess I better move back to Canada now, you know? Like, it's crazy, man. The rap beef is crazy. I'm gonna switch gears a little bit. Anybody watch reality dating shows at all? Like, okay, we got one in on one clap. What are you watching? Yeah, you. I didn't point at you, did I? What are you watching? I mean, we live together. Yeah, I know. Like, we live together. That's all you watch for reality TV. Like, she's like, I'm trying to see if love is really blind. And I'm like, well, clearly it is because we're together, you know? Like, we're clearly working. I watched this one show called Love on the Spectrum. Anybody heard of that? Love on the Spectrum? For those who don't know, Love on the Spectrum is a reality dating show where they take autistic people and they pair them up with each other. I gotta tell you, I think it's a great show. But there's one part I don't like about the show. It's the way they hype up people on the show. I'll give you an example. They'll introduce someone and they'll be like, this is Kevin. He likes chocolate milk, Legos, Marvel movies, but he hates the beach because of the sand. And I'm like, Hold on, time out. You cannot do that. You know what? This is the thing about autism is that they have sensory issues, so it's not his fault that he hates the beach. You know, like that's already preset. You cannot change that. Like, I don't think it's fair to Kevin that you're giving up 3 small green flags and 1 giant red flag that's out of his control. Like, I don't think it's fair. Maybe that's just me. All right, cool. Like, I think the show could be better though. I think it could be better. I want to include all the disabilities in the show. I think it'd be much better. Like, take that autistic person and pair them with someone with ADHD. I think it'd be a great date. Like, the person with ADHD is bound to get distracted, right? They're going to be like, I see a squirrel, and the autistic person's like, I know 20 minutes of squirrel facts. Like, what's up, babe? Like, if you don't think this combination works, I know from experience because I'm autistic and my girlfriend has ADHD. So, it's great. We only talk about the same 3 subjects throughout the whole year. And she almost forgot her anniversary, so I think we'll clear that, you know? Isn't it nice, you know, the progression in life now? You know, like women are taking the charge on forgetting important days. I think that's cool, right? Just me, apparently. All right, we're going backwards. We're going backwards. Like I said, I am autistic. Dating is hard when you have autism because you can't pick up on hints. Because it's like throwing an egg in a wall and expecting it to bounce back. I got bad news, you're not getting your ex back. That is a wasted effort. That was good. You're giving me compliments during the show now? It was like, oh, great job. That was a great one. I'll take the feedback after the show, all right? I appreciate the feedback, though. I've never gotten like live feedback. I was like, that was good, keep going. Like, the first time for that, first time for everything. But yeah, like, when I get hit on, I don't know what is happening. Because like, there was this one time I went to the mall with my sister, and we walked out of this one store. And my sister's like, Zach, the cashier was hitting on you the entire time you were in there. And I'm like, huh, I must have not noticed. And she's like, well, what do you expect me to do? Sit on your face? And I said, please? Like, the hints aren't gonna work. You gotta swipe my nose like a credit card to get your point across. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, is it too late to do a WAP reference anymore? Like, no, it is too late apparently. All right, cool, just scratch that. Like I said, I keep saying this, but I am autistic. That's why I'm not making any eye contact with anyone right now. Like, there will be minimal crowd work during this throughout this whole setting, you know? There's a rumor online that autistic people are better in bed than the average person, and I agree. Thank you for the support. Look at this ally right here. He's like, yeah, you got it, brother. But I agree, there is advantages and disadvantages. One advantage with autism is that I have a greater attention to detail, which means I can actually find the clip. But if you shave and your texture's off even a little bit, I get very upset. Like, that's 20 minutes you're never getting back. I'm sorry. And it does count towards the total time of sex. So ladies, I technically last a long time in bed. Mic drop. I let the impulse thoughts win on that one, honestly. That's just the tismism going on right now, man. It's fun, cool. People think that doggy is my favorite position because I can't make eye contact. That's not true. Cowgirl is my favorite, and this is why. I can put something on the TV to distract myself and last a little bit longer. But my downfall is I always put on a baking show to see who finishes first, me and the baker, and guys, my creme brulee finishes a lot quicker than theirs, dude. Like, it's really bad. My girlfriend got upset with me, and she's like, why did you finish so fast? I'm like, because I'm moving on to the next round. That's why, babe. Like, I'm about to open my own bakery, you know? I got the light blowing on this. I do like telling jokes about my disability because it prevents vulnerability on stage. People like that. They can relate to that. I had this one lady come up to me after a show once, and she's like, wow, you are so brave for being openly autistic. Guys, you heard that phrase, right? Openly autistic. Like, I didn't know that coming out of the Lego store was a thing now. Like, my bad. Like, I missed it at the meeting last week. But if we're in the Lego store, why would I ever leave? You know? Like, I need a new Star Wars set, and I have a rematch with that 10-year-old from Target, you know? I'm just trying to go 2-0 this week. Like, I'm an autistic man with adult money. I can do what I want. I will end on this one. Do we smoke weed in here? Are we smoking that? There we go. Cool. I performed at the National Cannabis Festival this year, which is pretty cool. Thank you. And I did the hot box after the show because I thought it'd be a really cool thing to do. But I'm going to let you guys know you should not do a hot box in DC because we're in this hot box. They start bringing in the smoke, right? And then this one chick that's in the hot box, she turns to me and she's like, "So where do you work?" And I can't believe this woman just turned one of my favorite things into a networking event. Like, what the? I'm not going to tell you where I work when we're covered by weed. Well, you don't know who's wearing a wire in this joint. Anyways, I got an interview at Amazon next week, HQ2, so I'm doing pretty good.